I don't have a Lisa keyboard, and they're quite rare and expensive. But here's what it looked like. It was quite large and clunky, although not really any wider than a modern Apple keyboard. So this is the original Macintosh keyboard. It's kind of tall, and notice that it has no arrow keys, no function keys, and no number pad. Apparently, Steve Jobs believed that everyone would use the mouse for everything except typing. It uses an RJ11 type connector similar to a phone cord. The mouse actually had its own separate connector and did not connect to the keyboard at all.
This is about as basic as it gets. Could plug my telephone into it for some reason.
So one thing I noticed about this is that there are no indicators on where to put your fingers.
There's an echo. I've never heard a keyboard echo before.
It's not real springy or anything. It does have a metallic kind of a noise to it, but
This is the Apple Desktop Bus keyboard. As the name suggests, this was the first keyboard to use the new connector type, which allowed many devices such as a mouse to daisy chain off the keyboard. This bus can actually be used with a converter like this one to allow these older keyboards and mice to work on modern USB systems. This keyboard was originally introduced with the Apple IIgs. The keys themselves have a resemblance to the Apple IIc keyboard. This is a favorite among collectors and also uses old-fashioned mechanical switches like this. This is also the first keyboard to include the power button. The caps lock is in an odd place, most likely following the design of the Apple IIe series. This also includes the strange arrow key arrangement that was also standard on the Apple IIe.
I know this sounds weird, but I don't think I like the way it sounds.
I do like how the key travel is a little shallow. It's a real tiny space bar too. Look at that.
I don't like this at all. It's like the keys don't even pop back up.
I do like the little locator tabs on D and K.
We're back to the weird arrow configuration. We're back to the big mysterious button.
This keyboard I like. The ergonomics are real good. I like the feel of the keys. I like the shape.
So this is Apple's second ADB keyboard. It's a bit larger than the original. It still has the large power button, and it still has the crazy arrow keys, and the caps lock is still in a weird place. It also has no adjustable feet on it, and like the last version, it has two ADB ports. One goes to the computer, and the other goes to a mouse.
One of the first things I noticed is the space bar is a little shorter.
Man, this is okay. I could live with this, but again, the arrow, I couldn't live with that.
The first thing I noticed is definitely the arrows.
Yeah,
I would never be able to play Tetris like that.
I also see that caps lock has been moved down here. Still locking, that's good.
Look, the caps lock is down here. And control is there. Oh, how strange is that? It's like switched.
I do like what I would call the enter plate. That's kind of cool, kind of easy to hit.
So this is what came out next, and it's a little more refined. It still has a power button. The escape key is in a bizarre place, but at least the caps lock is finally in the normal place. Also, it finally has adjustable feet on the bottom. This is Apple's first keyboard to use the membrane-style mechanism rather than individual mechanical switches. So the keys feel and sound very different. And as always, it has an ADB connector on each side. Unfortunately, it still had the strange arrow keys.
Yep, same thing with this. Oh, but the caps lock is in the right spot.
That's kind of cool, kind of brings back some memories, makes me want to go out and buy one. Not too crazy about the horizontal arrows. That would make it a little difficult to navigate.
Okay, the only thing with this keyboard, the keys are a little mushy. You don't quite know when you pressed it.
Very heavy, very clunky. The arrow keys are, if I tried to do that without looking, I would definitely mess that up.
Okay, so this is a bit of an unusual keyboard. It opens up to form an ergonomic keyboard. The arrow keys are somewhat better, but still out of place. This is also the first Apple keyboard to come with volume controls on it. Notice a smaller power button, and it still has no function keys and a weird escape key. The caps lock finally went to a light-up style, and you do get adjustable feet. As usual, you can connect the mouse to the keyboard, or optionally you can connect this extra keypad that came with the keyboard. And then the mouse connects to the keypad. And finally, you do get an inverted T arrow key arrangement. And believe it or not, all of these little buttons are the function keys. And I have no idea what the purpose is behind this little plastic cover that comes off. And the keypad also has adjustable feet.
This monstrosity.
I think this one's supposed to split apart.
You don't see anything like this very often?
I think I'd hang myself with my belt if I had to use this.
I like this keyboard because of its novelty.
Wow, surprisingly, I can use it. Yeah, I was going to say, I can use it like this, but I still don't. Even if this didn't split apart like this, the action on it's pretty bad.
I like the way the keys feel.
And that's the escape key?
They sort of switched up their arrows a little bit. You've got up and down in the correct place, but your side to side are sort of off.
Okay, so this was Apple's more professional style keyboard. It looks a lot like an IBM style keyboard from that time period. It has a proper arrow key arrangement, and may be the only Apple keyboard ever to have print screen and scroll lock buttons. It has a power button, and the caps lock is in the right place, but the light is up at the top like a PC keyboard. This is also probably the first Apple keyboard with a permanently attached cable. Notice it has this cable management system on the back so that you can move the cable to one side or the other. Also, the cable is unusually long, measuring out to about 6.5 feet. The mouse actually attaches to a weird hidden compartment on the bottom of the keyboard, and it also has adjustable feet.
I have no clue what that's for. Okay, reverse T for the arrows.
Everything you could want on it. It is big though, very big.
I can actually type on this one. Again, I don't like the noise, but I can at least use it.
But I like the arrows being like that. And the number pad.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's
That's normal.
normal. Yeah.
Hey guys, it's David. I hope you guys have been enjoying this so far. I had to split this video up because it was just getting too long. So I'm going to have part 2 coming up real soon. I'm going to be starting with the first Apple USB keyboard, and I think it's going to get pretty interesting from there. Also, I want to let you know I started a new Facebook page, and I would really encourage you to go there. It's www.facebook.com/theiBookGuy. And this way you can interact with me better and not only see what's coming up, but also kind of help with the content, you know, with fact checking or just information that needs to go in, because often, you know, I need help sometimes just finding the information to make this stuff accurate and interesting. And so I really look forward to having you guys help with it.